Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. We're going to talk about the memos that were unsealed against Ripple XRP case, and we're going to talk about why this court case might actually take a turn that's very dangerous for all of crypto, and why we all want Ripple and XRP to win this case. It's not really because of Ripple and XRP themselves. I have like 200, 300 Ripple or XRP, and that is not, so this isn't really relevant to me. I can maybe get a few $1,000s out of it at the most, but I want them to win this case because if they lose this case, this could be actually really, really bad for the crypto market because the way the SEC could actually take it. Now, the SEC is going to have a hard time arguing it because of the whole Hinman blunder and the fact that Hinman did actually make his former speech that ETH wasn't a security under the same conditions back in 2018, and he actually made it in capacity as a director of the Financial Corp department at the SEC. But these memos actually signify something, a pivot which the SEC can actually go for. Now, to make this pivot, they would actually have to classify Ethereum as securities too. And in fact, they would have to classify pretty much every crypto as securities, maybe besides Bitcoin, because Bitcoin had no pre-mine, they had no ICO, they had no coin sale. And no one actually cares about the Bitcoin Foundation. They don't really drive price at all. Whereas with like Ethereum and Ripple, they do actually drive somewhat the price of their coins. And it's not that hard to argue for Ethereum and Ripple that they do, because remember when ODL came out, that was a company product. The price basically like tripled overnight. And then like it dumped back down once the FOMO was over. But like sometimes these big announcements do actually have do actually affect the price all that much. So the thing is, if you actually look at, there's two passages in here in this memo that I actually want to talk about. The text is really small, so I actually highlighted them in this post on XRP chat. So the first one that we should be concerned about is like, if you read the first memo, we understand that the primary reason for purchasing Ripple credits is to facilitate online commerce, not to engage in speculative investment trading. As such, given the commercial nature here, Ripple credits should not be considered securities. Now, that's like one of the law firm's statements, but the thing is that's blatantly untrue for Ripple and pretty much every other cryptocurrency. I don't really believe that you can argue for any cryptocurrency that most people that purchase it aren't engaged in speculative investment trading, and most of it is actually for future profits, because everyone in crypto, whether it's XRP or anyone else, is looking for generational wealth or win moon. Just like the SEC could literally go on like any crypto forum, including the XRP army, especially the XRP army, and basically prove that just right away. But that's not confined to Ripple and XRP. It's actually for all of crypto. So the thing is, there might be commercial nature, but the vast majority of people actually purchase it for speculative investment trading. And the thing is, like with Brad and Chris selling their own coins for profit, it's going to be harder for you to actually argue that point as well. And you might be saying, but well, we're just buying it on the secondary market, so it shouldn't be considered for this case. Well, later on in the memo, it actually says, the issue here will turn on the motivations of those obtaining Ripple credits. If a person obtains Ripple credits primarily to purchase goods or services, which basically almost no one does, then they are less likely to be deemed securities. But that's not true. Most people don't purchase Ripple credits or XRP or any other crypto to actually purchase goods or services. We do it to speculate. I think you can try to lie to yourself and say we don't, but generally that we actually do. And that's for any crypto. And if you're confused because I'm saying Ripple credits, XRP was actually called Ripple credits up until 2013. They changed the name just to try to avoid a lawsuit. Obviously it didn't work for them, but that's the way it was. It was actually called Ripple beforehand. They were kind of like one and the same. So but the kicker is how secondary markets promote the use of Ripple credits. Like secondary markets would be like consumer buying, and the type of consideration they receive may place Ripple credits in a different position. If you actually take this particular position, like if how secondary markets perceive and promote Ripple credits or XRP now, and what type of considerations they receive, basically everyone on the secondary market buys XRP or any other crypto in order to speculate. No one says win moon because they're trying to use it to buy oranges or something. No one actually says win moon and like, says like, okay, I'm going to buy oranges with XRP, win moon, or I'm going to buy food with XRP, win moon, or no one's going to be like, I'm going to get generational wealth because I'm buying these coins to buy like food with. No one does that. You know as well as I know that all cryptos, including XRP, is used for speculation. So if the SEC could actually pivot on this angle, of course. And the problem with this is that it puts all cryptos in danger because they can't just single out XRP for this. They would actually have to target the entire cryptocurrency industry. Now, Hinman's speech with Ethereum is going to make it hard because if they just throw Hinman under the bus, and he could actually be tried for perjury, honestly, if they just completely throw him under the bus, they're also like basically negating their advice for 3 or 4 years towards ETH investors. So they have to walk a thin line, and I'm not really sure how they're actually going to walk it. I think their whole DPP file is complete BS, and I hope they don't actually get it. But if they actually do pivot to this angle, SEC has to lose the case. I hope they have to lose the case, and I hope Ripple does win the case, because if they win the case in this fashion, it's actually really, really bad for all of crypto. Now, this isn't the stance they've actually taken from the beginning, so there is that much. But this stance is a very dangerous one, because although this particular case is about Ripple, if they win this case, that sets a precedent that they can go after every single cryptocurrency, maybe except for those that aren't pre-mined, didn't have an ICO, and didn't have any kind of pre-sale, which would pretty much limit it only to Bitcoin. But based on these two statements right here in the memo, they could actually turn to this angle. And this angle is actually really hard to defend, because I don't really think you can really defend any cryptocurrency and saying like, oh, it's mainly being used for utility, especially on the secondary market. You can't just be like, you can't actually argue that people that buy it off exchanges or buy it off other people are mainly buying it for utility. You know as well as I know that we're all doing it for speculation. So very dangerous angle. I think it's going to be hard for the SEC to argue it because of Hinman's speech and what their stance has been for the last few years. But it is a way they can take it. And if they do take it this way, we should definitely root for Ripple and XRP to just win this case, because that would actually free all of crypto. Whereas if they win this case, this would be really, really bad for all of crypto, because like every single crypto would actually have to register as a security. So that's actually what I have to say right now. Right now, I am on Ripple's side. I hope they do actually win this case. The SEC really doesn't have an option to settle right now, because if they settle, they've just given everyone since these memos have been unsealed and the Hinman speech has been revealed, they've basically just given everyone else a blueprint on how to beat them. So if they settle right now, they basically lose everything. So they have to fight, and they actually might pivot towards this. So it's going to be interesting watching how this case actually turns out. So let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button, and I will see you guys later.